It's odd that Kris Jenner has reduced Corey Gamble's allowance to $10,000 a month. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kris Jenner is known as one of the most powerful and successful women in the entertainment world. She has built a huge empire with her family, especially through their popular reality shows. But now, people are talking about something that seems quite unusual. Rumors say that Kris has decided to reduce how much money she gives to her longtime boyfriend Corey Gamble each month. The amount is said to be just $10,000 now, and this is making a lot of people very curious. What's confusing to many is that Corey is not someone who depends on Kris for money. He has his own job, his own career, and has been successful even before he met her. So why would he be getting any money from her in the first place? And why would she decide to cut it? Kris and Corey first met in 2014. It was during a time when Kris was going through a breakup with Caitlyn Jenner. They met at a party and started dating not long after. Corey is a talent manager who works in the music business. Even though he was already doing well, being with Kris introduced him to a whole different lifestyle. The couple started traveling to many luxurious places, attending fancy events, and living a life that many people only dream of. They've been seen together all over the world, and they've always seemed close and happy. But recently, some reports suggest that Kris is changing how she handles her money, and it looks like Corey might be affected by that decision. A magazine recently shared that Kris is becoming more careful about her spending. According to a source who spoke to the magazine, Kris has started to worry about how fast her money is going down. Even though she still has a lot of money, she is now paying more attention to where it goes. One thing she reportedly decided to cut back on is the money she gives to Corey every month. The insider said that Kris is not willing to give up her expensive wine collection, but she did think cutting Corey's money was a good idea. That's what seems strange to many people. The same magazine claims that Corey has been on Kris's payroll for 10 years, as if he was working directly for her. But that's not really true. Corey works for a company called SB Projects, which is owned by Scooter Braun. He doesn't report to Kris and he's not her employee. In fact, he was already working with big stars like Justin Bieber even before he met Kris. He's always had his own career and was making his own money. So the idea that Kris has been paying him every month seems a little hard to believe. Still, the article insists that his monthly money from Kris was reduced to $10,000 and that this has affected him. Some people think this doesn't really make sense. Why would someone like Corey, who has his own income and career, be getting money from Kris in the first place? And even if he was, wouldn't he be fine without it? People also point out that Corey has appeared on Kris's reality shows for many years. From Keeping Up with the Kardashians to their newer show on Hulu, he's been part of the family's public life. Like everyone else in the cast, he would have been paid for his time on the show. That means he was earning his own money for being part of it. He wasn't just living off of Kris or waiting for her to give him money. Some fans believe that all of this might be just for show, to create more interest in the family's TV series. After all, the Kardashian-Jenner family has been very smart when it comes to using drama and gossip to keep people watching. If people start talking about Kris being stingy or Corey being upset, it could help get more attention for the show. Some think it could even be a planned move to create headlines and get fans interested again. Kris has made a lot of money from her shows. Reports say she earned around $25 million just from the first 2 seasons of the current Hulu series. Before that, she was making between $5 to $7 million per season from their older show. She also manages the careers of her children and gets a percentage of what they earn. So even though she might be worried about the future, she is still very wealthy and smart when it comes to business. There are also talks that the Kardashian-Jenner show might not last forever. Even though it has been renewed for a 6th season on Hulu, many fans are starting to lose interest. Some people feel the show has become less exciting and are asking for more drama. They want something new and fresh. This may be why Kris is becoming more careful with money. If the show eventually ends or doesn't bring in as much money as before, she might want to make sure she keeps her finances safe. Another source who spoke to the magazine said that Kris really wants the show to continue for as long as possible. She loves being in the spotlight and wants to keep the family's story going. But at the same time, the world of streaming TV is changing. Things are not as easy or as profitable as they used to be. So, she might be trying to prepare for whatever comes next. This could include cutting back on spending, even if it means reducing how much money she gives to Kory. People have mixed feelings about all of this. Some think it's not fair to Kory if he really is getting less money now, especially after so many years of being close to Kris. Others think he shouldn't be getting money from her in the first place, since he already has his own income. There are even some who believe that the whole story might be exaggerated, and that there's more to it than we know. What is clear is that Kris Jenner is always thinking ahead. She has built a powerful brand and helped her family become one of the most famous in the world. She knows how to handle money and how to stay relevant in a fast-changing world. If she is making changes now, it could be part of a bigger plan to keep everything running smoothly. As for Kory, he continues to stay by her side. He hasn't said anything in public about the rumors, and neither has Kris. That silence makes some people even more curious, because they want to know what's really happening behind the scenes. But for now, we can only go by what insiders and magazines are saying. Whether or not the allowance story is true, it shows how much interest people still have in Kris Jenner and her life. She's been in the public eye for a long time, and people continue to follow every little detail. Even something as simple as a budget change becomes big news when it involves someone like her. If Kris really did cut back on what she gives to Kory, it may just be one small part of a bigger effort to be smarter with money. It doesn't mean their relationship is in trouble or that something bad is happening. It could simply mean she's making careful choices to protect everything she's built. For now, fans will keep watching, wondering what's true and what's not. And that's exactly what Kris Jenner has always been good at, keeping people interested and talking. Whether it's a real issue or just another story added to the many headlines about her life, one thing is for sure, Kris Jenner always knows how to stay in the spotlight. And with or without a monthly allowance, Kory Gamble remains part of that world, standing quietly beside one of the most talked about women in the world. Another source who spoke to the magazine said that Kris really wants the show to continue for as long as possible. She loves being in the spotlight and wants to keep the family's story going. But at the same time, the world of streaming TV is changing. Things are not as easy or as profitable as they used to be. So, she might be trying to prepare for whatever comes next. This could include cutting back on spending, even if it means reducing how much money she gives to Kory. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.